variables that I chose to define because they store the length that I'm using the most often in this JavaScript file, and then there's some array filled with zeros, so my life would be easier afterwards. And then I have a function that is sorting the more than one dimension arrays. For me, which is very comfortable for populating the blackboard with most popular beers. And here's the function that creates actually the two-dimensional array. It merges two arrays, so I could easily show which beers are the most popular. Here's the start function. It calls all the functions that populates the areas on my website after the DOM loads. Here's the top beer state. This populates the blackboard at the beginning with like strictly with the beers that are the most popular with their numbers. It calls the function that was mentioned before. Then we create the bartenders, and it just fetches the SVG files. It fetches their states, and it also shows their names. And based on that, there are some other functions called afterwards. Here we update diamonds. We call the diamond color with the eye of the current bartender, and based on his state, we choose what color it is. It's either green for available, or working is red, and gray is undefined, which could be break, for example. And then there is Q state, which is simply fetching number from the data, and it shows how many people or orders are waiting for their beers. Then there is tab state. This is just creating the tabs on the zoomed bar, which shows the current state of the tab. We can see the labels, which tab is used right now, how many tabs are in use, which is basically always 7, but they're in different configurations all the time. Here I just populate the array with zeros, so it was more comfortable for me to use in the function of break, and the break is basically based on the boredom. So whenever the bartender is not doing anything for 5 seconds, he requests for the break. I couldn't make it work because of the structure of the file, but the bartender is aware that he wants to take a break. And then there's the storage state, which is basically based on the kegs amount in the storage at the beginning, and then further afterwards it's gonna be updated with the function update storage that you can see here. Then we update the tabs, and for more I can explain to you on the exam.